Amen. That was a blessing. Thank you, guys. Go to 1 Corinthians with me, if you would, chapter 2. I'm not going to be very long. When Brother Tom told me what he was working on, I didn't really know exactly what our time would be, and so I just have a brief exhortation. But let me give you an exhortation on music first. Occasionally, someone will say something, and it really changes a significant way you think about something. If you've been around very long, you may remember a phrase, worship wars. That was maybe 25 years ago in Baptist churches, as churches were getting away from just strict hymn singing and were singing some choruses. Let's call it loosening up a little bit. And there's a lot of warfare in churches and infighting about that's wrong, it's not what we're used to, and there's a lot being discussed and a lot being debated about, okay, what is pleasing to God and what kind of music is the right music. And to be honest, I had my preferences, and I'm pretty broad naturally in my preferences. I like the whole band of types of music, but honestly, as a younger preacher, I thought, well, just what is right in all of these areas? And then I heard John Piper say something, and I won't quote him exactly, but I was so reminded of that this evening. And that is that he says, the beauty and the glory and the wisdom of God requires all music. Think about that. There's so much about our God that are wonderfully basic, simple truths that a 5-year-old, an 8-year-old can grasp. That Christ saves us and we're going to heaven. And it's good to sing simple, folksy Southern gospel songs that often just make simple statements of truth. That shows the glory and wisdom of our God. But there are also great and weighty and complex matters that are true about God. Have you figured the Trinity out yet? No, you haven't. Have you figured out election and human responsibility yet? No, you haven't. And so he says, though we need the folksy and simple music that express those basic truths, God's not just that. God also has intricate and complicated truths that bend our minds and stretch us to think about. And he said, so we have complex and high church music that often expresses some of those truths. So which one is it? It's all of them. Our God deserves the glory of all of it. And it just changed my life. I mean, not in the fact that I was a new man, but it changed my thinking about the whole thing. And that's what I love about Brother Tom, is he and I are on the exact same page about we want to say all the things about God in our music. From the simple, joyous, folksy stuff to the complicated high church stuff. It all is fitting to the complex nature of our infinitely wonderful and holy God. Do you get that? Amen. But I kind of like that Southern gospel stuff too. I'm just